Oh, see, I got the X notification. What's going on? What's going on? Oh shit, I gotta like my instance. I gotta do that when I start my live. I want to do it because I want it to burn throughout the video. I don't want to start it too early. Then I gotta replace them mid video, which ain't the biggest deal, but if I try to. Oh shit, let me turn. One thing I'm gonna do is forget to turn off these damn notifications. That is crazy. Tonight we talking about Tyler Perry, y'all. I am Racquel. Thank you for stopping in, and thank you for having the patience to just listen and kick it with me tonight. I really believe your best bet if you listening to me really should be on YouTube. But thanks for those who are fucking around on TikTok. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. So Tyler Perry. I said, let's read Tyler Perry. I didn't have people ask other shit. I did a whole review on Straw. I'm breaking it down in sections. I'm trying to keep them in order, but I dropped them all in the planner thing. And now, I dropped them how they were in my computer, and somehow they managed to scramble them up. So shit, I don't know. I'm gonna rearrange them as they come out. It is what it is. But I was talking about Saw and my experience watching it. I went into very grave detail from to what's going on to how I felt, interpreted, all that. I go into great detail in my review. That's how I do my reviews, right? I put all my senses into it. That's how I do my reviews. Everybody's different. Some people just be like, that shit was good. Taraji was good, and some people, they be in the shit. I know me personally, while I was watching Straw, I was like, you would have thought I was rolling a tidal wave. What the fuck is going on? Like, ain't no way, baby. I would have been called Satan to the forefront at this point, because it's got to be him fucking with me. I said, ain't no way. I had to call that motherfucker straight in the middle of the street. God damn it, I don't got shit else to live for. Come on out here so I can whoop your ass for fucking with me, Satan. That's how I felt. I said, ain't no motherfucking way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I talk my shit, and this is who I am. But I do have couth, though. I think some people call this code switching. My dad taught me. He says, you got to know how to turn it on and turn it off. That's one of the things that my dad said. It's one of the things that he said to me that has stuck with me all these years. He says, you got to know how to turn it on and turn it off. I say all that to say, so, if I'm at work, then I'm going to act like I have some sense. However, all that shit that was going on to her, honey, if you ask me, she handled a lot of that shit well. Ain't no way, boss. And as I say this, I guess this is part of the Tyler Perry reading, right? Bear with me. Stay with me. Stay with me, okay? Stay with me. I just need you to stay with me. Don't overthink it. We just talking. You try to put your head too much into what I'm saying, we might get lost and fall apart, okay? I need you to just listen. Just let the information roll past your ears. That's all you got to do. Don't do too much. Um, as I think about the movie, what comes to mind is a gospel song that was sung at my church, Greater Grace Temple here in Detroit. That's where I grew up going to. I was going to them when they were on 7 Mile and Schaefer before the Clark sister and her husband got the church. I can't think of the name of that church, but before they got it, I was going to Greater Grace Temple when they were on 7 Mile and Schaefer. And then they moved to 7 and Telegraph. And I remember the bishop, the dad. And I remember when he was saying, all of my life, God has been good to me. I remember that. I remember that. I'm trying to see if I can go ahead and try to mimic it for y'all and not show my ass while doing it. It was something like, all of my life, God's been good to me. And I just, that song, even though I ain't do the best job singing that shit right there, but I ain't stretch my vocal cords and shit, No, but when I see that movie, that's what comes to my mind. Because ain't no way. Now, you might say it's just a movie, and I get you when you say that. I get when you say that. You might just be saying it's just a movie, and I understand where you're coming from. But you got to understand that we are different, even though we're interconnected and we're all one, we're still different expressions. So, this is my expression, and within my expression, I tend to embody my experiences, and that's what makes them both enjoy. It makes it the way that I live through life. It allows me to enjoy life, observe life, learn from life. You know what I'm saying? Deal with the bad, what we would call bad, and roll with the good, and be grateful. That's how I live life. So it's a whole fucking experience for me. So with that being said, I felt every bit of that shit that woman was going through, because at one time I was a single mother. And as I'm watching this movie, I'm having flashbacks. I'm like, a bitch now. 911. Now I get the defibrillator. I'm about to cross over. It wasn't quite that bad, but for dramatic purposes, that's a very over dramatized way of explaining it. But I definitely was on an emotional roller coaster. What the hell does this have to do with Tyler Perry? Well, Tyler Perry is the reason this movie exists. One. And this is a small, well, I won't even say small. It's a significant microcosm of the conversation of the reading of Tyler Perry. That's why I say you got to stay with me, because I build up on it. Right. Yes, Janice, right. She knows she does. She be playing. Listen, Taraji's excellent with acting. And like she's already been told, it is her eyes are her superpower. She acts through her eyes. When you look at Taraji's eyes, you feel what she feels. And that's part of the draw. That's part of her superpower. At least that's how I see it. But I know she's been told it before because I saw the clip. And it dawned on me. I said, they're absolutely the fuck right. Those eyes. She acts. Okay, I'll give you another example. Kerry Washington. She acts with her mouth. That's why they always got a picture of Kerry Washington like crying, twisted the fuck up crying. Because that's where her power is, in her acting. Does that make sense? Okay. So I'm really feeling this. I'm having flashbacks. The industry. This like I say, this is a layered reading. So stay with me. Just you got to be patient. The industry is ran by a code and a system. It's confusing to many. Many ignore it. Some people are always talking about it. You have Jaguar right? And she happened to be in it. She's part of the group that I'm going to be talking about tonight. Sorry, YouTube, if you're wondering why I'm looking the other way, because I'm looking at my screen on TikTok. He's part of the group. Yeah. She's part of the group. So there is a system that they have, a game that you must play. Everybody has to be on code. You cannot get off code. It's a certain code, only they know it. But like any game, there has to be. So let's say the industry is Agent Smith, but every once in a while they get a couple of Neos to come through. But the Neo has to play the game. The Neo has to blend in. That's how the Neo gets in, right? It has to look like its surroundings. It has to shape shift. Neo has to shape shift to get past Mr. Smith. Again, Mr. Smith is the industry. We're talking about we're talking about okay, so listen, for some of y'all, don't get mad, just listen. We're talking about religion. We're talking about your mega pastors and everybody who just has they're aspiring to be that. Religion. We're talking about Hollywood and we're talking about politics. It's all one of the same. It's all a stage. Some people participate in it and some don't. Nobody's wrong. They're doing exactly what they're supposed to do at all times. Everybody is, no matter what. No matter what you are doing, you're supposed to be doing it because if you weren't, you wouldn't be doing it. It's just that simple. It's not deep, it's not layered, it's right there. So if you're doing it, you're supposed to be doing it. Now, depending on what you're doing, at some point you probably have to you're supposed to evolve and you're supposed to change and mature. And everybody doesn't. And again, whoever does and doesn't, they're doing exactly what they're supposed to do. So there has to be some Neos to this Agent Smith. Okay? And one of the Neos, I want to say, hands up, don't shoot. Tyler Perry. Now, when we see the nefarious nature of what we believe to be the nefarious nature of Tyler Perry, please know and understand we all have a nefarious nature about ourselves. Some are just more extra than others. Just like there's levels to an apartment, there's levels to life, there's levels to everything, every category. Nefarious can go from here to 0 to 10. We won't even give it 0 because it wouldn't be nefarious. So nefarious can go from 3 to 10 real quick. The question is, what level are you? So when you look at him from that lens, you understand there's night and day, light and dark, right? One and the same and different at the same time. There's opposites, yin and yang, black and white. So within an individual, we have what some would call a light side and the others would call the dark, which is the shadow side. It's not a bad thing. It's just, it's like limbo. How low can you go with it? You know. So there's going to be some shit he got going on that you're not going to agree with. It's the really short of the long. It's going to be some shit that you would probably call him out about. But what would someone call out about you? And again, when I say these things, I am not okaying any gruesome, grotesque, diabolical behavior. Never would I do that. Never would I agree to anything like that. And I'm not saying he's doing anything diabolical. I'm just saying, just in case he is, I don't have nothing to do with that shit. That ain't what I'm talking about. But we all got some shit going on. And that's the truth. So, with that being said, let's talk about the good side of Tyler Perry. We're not going to talk about the shadow side. Tyler Perry is in to make waves. Tyler Perry is there. This is what I'm picking up, okay? Stay with me. This is now I want to say before I get deep into this, this is for entertainment purposes. I could be bullshit and I could be lying, but I'm probably not, and I'm not. But you know, for sake of argument. So when it comes to any seer, intuitive, or whatever they call themselves, they can be wearing a crystal ball on their fucking head. They're never gonna be 100% because energy changes, and with energy changing, the story can change. So we might be reading the energy that shifts. I want to put that out there. Now let's get back to Tyler Perry. So Tyler Perry is a person. He's in there to make great change. Whether you agree with whatever the change is, wait a minute, hands up, don't shoot. Despite whatever you think Tyler Perry's purpose of change is, I'm telling you, he's in that industry to make change. And what I saw as I reflect, because every day I'm reflecting more on this shit. And as I see that there's a lot of shit that y'all think is bullshit, but when you looking for the bullshit, you're going to be finding it. But what about when you looking for the gems? The bullshit going to always be there. That's part of the shit, right? It's part of the hookup. But when do you tailor your mind to look for the gems in it? Because we already know some bullshit is there. That we can count on. That we can set our watch on. Yes, that is obvious. Thank you, Captain Obvious. Somebody somewhere on some bullshit. But when do we look at the positive, the powerful, the enlightening, the electrifying, the transformative, the regenerative, the rehabilitation, the resurrection? When do we look for that? Or do we always just look to be let down, sad, grief stricken, bitter, angry, disappointed? Is that what we want? Because I guarantee every time you look for it, there it will be. It cannot hide, it is always there. So why focus on that? We already know what that is. We're well versed. We're if it was a language, we would be multilingual, we'd be triple, quadruple lingual on what disappointment, grief, sadness, and all of that shit, all that big ball of shit nobody wants to deal with. We know that. We're very well versed. So why not start looking for the good? So that's what I do when it comes to people, because 9 times out of 10, I've already sized you up and what your bullshit is. So either I'm going to choose to deal with you or I'm not. And if I don't know you, I just don't deal with you till I deal with you, and we may never deal. That's how I do it. If you're in my life, it's because it makes sense for you to be. You're not in my life if it don't make sense. What I mean, if I don't align with the shit that you do, you're not in my life. But if I fuck with you, I fuck with you. So when I look at Tyler Perry, I see someone who is making change in the way that the reason why we get so motherfucking uncomfortable, why you always gotta highlight us, why we always gotta look, because some of us look like that. Hello? Some of us look like that. And not only do we look like that, we need to look in the mirror and examine it. Now, I'm not saying it's bad and I'm not saying it's good. I'm saying it is. That's how some of us look. So, my thing to you is I don't judge it, but if you don't like it, then maybe we should work to change it. Because what I promise to you is if the energy doesn't exist, no one can come through with their creativity and create it. It has to be an energy somewhere for the creation to come about. So Tyler Perry is not just creating this shit. This is people that live like this. He told you partly that his family is his inspiration. He told you that. And it goes without saying that it be a lot of shit going on. If you don't think so, think about all the shit going on with you and your family. Now, times that around the whole world with different beliefs, different colors, different structures, different way of living all together. How do you think people got shit going on? This shit going on everywhere. So Tyler Perry is taking the shit that gets on our fucking nerves that we want. Stop making us look like that. And I feel like in a very entertaining way, he's doing it with rubbing you on your back at the same time. Like, I get it, but y'all got this going on because I'm able to channel this frequency and make this dream come into fruition. The energy got to be there. So Tyler Perry, to a degree, is the Neo. Despite whatever you want to see on his shadow side, whatever you want to judge him by, the other side is very purposeful and is needed. It's these fucking braces, y'all. And of course, they're going to get even crazier because I'm saying so. If you don't want to look at something, you can't feel for what you can't identify with. You wouldn't know how it feels because you can't identify with it. Too many of us can identify with what Tyler Perry is putting us up on the screen. And this is why it makes us uncomfortable. This is part of the reading. Right now, I'm just kind of like channeling. I ain't even got no cards yet. So I'm just flowing. I'm just trusting my spirit on this. We got to look at this shit. We got to look at this shit. He most definitely is the Neo to the Mr. Smith, and Mr. Smith agent would be Hollywood. It would be the whole system, religion, politics, and entertainment. That is the Mr. Smith. And Tyler Perry has stepped in. He was able to get in. However way that is, maybe it's some contract in the back and his name was on the bitch. It's a list of people that can be, that's foretold for since the beginning of time. There's a celebrity list, and if you check out on that list, that's the only way you get in. Maybe, or maybe it's just an energetic thing. Maybe it's just an energetic thing that's been going on from lifetime to lifetime, and they level up, but they never win because we always wake up. But he's helping us wake up. And part of waking up is healing the pain. When you don't heal, you're delusional. Part of you is majorly delusional. And if you don't like the word delusional, I will rephrase it by saying healing does free you. It liberates you. And he's a part of getting you healed. Because if you can't feel it, it's nothing to heal. You feel Tyler Perry because you resonate with it. It hits you. It's something about it that you just understand. And these type of things have to be looked at and examined and altered for the better. So he's doing his job. He's doing his job. Because when I tell you I felt it, I'm going to use this junkie deck just for shits and giggles. Because I think I like the deck. So we're going to just ask, what can we get surrounding Tyler Perry. Let me hit it with the incense. Clear it off real good. All right. What do we get to? Oh, we got 25 minutes already. Damn. Oh shit! I ran out. I didn't even. Okay. What's the energy around Tyler Perry? What's the energy? Nah, this. You know what? Hold on. What's the energy around Tyler Perry? This is out of pocket. Tyler Perry got a lot going on. Shit. Okay. All right. All right. Ooh. This deck is showing up and showing out, baby. Got this supernatural and charm card already. This is the energy around Tyler Perry. Again, I told you he's the Neo to the system. I told you that. And this is telling you too. And this says he's in love with the chase, the shenanigans. I also told you that Tyler Perry is in the game knowing how to play the game. Now, how far deep is he goes down the rabbit hole? That's all based on what he's comfortable with. You might not be comfortable with what he's comfortable with. However, he's playing the game. Okay? And all of these things are alleged. These these cars trying to fan on me. We don't need that. We got taken on too much here. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. He's taking on a lot. He's taking on your scrutiny. He's taking on his mission. He's taking on being misunderstood and sometimes understood. And maybe they understood he don't want to deal with. I don't know. We got dark magic. Hmm. You know, when I see this, so this is just for entertainment purposes only. When I see this dark magic, it's something about Tyler Perry that this is what y'all are picking up on. It's the dark, but you see it as sinister. You read it, right? But he has this magic about himself. He has this energy, this aura about himself. And that's what allows him to wield what he's wielding now against and within Hollywood. I don't get the sense that he sits at home and writes down, I'm going to, you know, I don't think he has some pinky in the brain type shit going on. I think that's just his mission and he does it effortlessly. It's just, it flows. But see, we got the gamble. He knows this is a gamble because he understands the powers that he's working with and against subconsciously. These are subconscious things. Goddess wisdom. I feel like, you know how he says that he uses his aunts as the inspiration from a deer. I get the sense that he is being guided by a female essence. Okay, so like a aunt, an ancestor, something like that. They're helping him along this path. I could be wrong, I could be right. I'm just giving you what I'm getting, okay? That's all. We got mental health, depression, overwhelmed, overthinking, anxiety, and so on and so forth. This is what the world, our community, is going through. He knows it, he feels it, he sees it, and he's trying to show it to you so we can heal it while getting your attention through entertainment. And the thing that becomes, again, I say, if you find it triggering, that means that you need to heal it. If you don't find it triggering, then you identify that these people do exist. And the thing is, yes, we would like to see a lot more positive on TV, but you don't have to heal positive. The more you see shit you gotta heal, either you're going to heal it or you're not. The goal is to get you so fucking fed up that you begin to heal these wounds and you're not triggered by him. So yes, he's doing his job. I got the boys in the hood car. He know this game. He know that what he's playing out here. He know it ain't no easy road. He know that. He knows what's going on. But the thing is, we got true love. He really loves his community. And whatever way that he does what he does it with a love of his community. Despite whatever sinister thing or undertone you think is going on, you are reading on the dark. Again, you are reading on, and dark doesn't mean bad. You are picking up on that energy that he holds, and you're seeing it as sinister. That's how you're reading it. It is what it needs to be to get the task that he's getting done. There, he is who he is as a means to an end. He's doing it because he's comfortable with doing it. You wouldn't be comfortable with doing it. That's why you're triggered. However, there are some things that are despicable, even though it has a place on planet Earth. There are some heinous, diabolical things and people that exist. But they're supposed to exist because if they weren't supposed to, they just wouldn't. But it doesn't make it any less diabolical. Diabolical. These braces, I'm telling you, got me talking crazy. It doesn't make it any less insane. I have been reading him in a multi-layered way on this live. My hope is that you understood it and you can vibe with it. But if you didn't, I didn't came what the fuck I was supposed to do. I can't be mad at it. I did my part. I could go further in the reading, but I've already did 33 minutes. I channeled most of it, but then I got them cards out so you can see. You know, you have something to see tangible of what I'm saying. It's like having pictures in a book. People like pictures. They like illustrations. So I don't sound too crazy, but I don't give a damn. I'ma still say it, but so you'll capture something of what I'm saying. Tools help. Tools help. But yeah, y'all, my bad with the make sure you join my Patreon. You can join it for free. Okay. You catch all my shit. It might be a couple things that's different that I like. I don't necessarily put the TikTok. It ties everything together, but I will say I don't necessarily put the TikTok content on my Patreon. Not now. So you can follow me there too, but I need you to follow me on Patreon. Yeah. Yep. Let me show you.
Hey friend, you can now join my Patreon for free. The link is provided below.
I know that might be some wild shit to play my intro towards the end of the video, but fuck it, I forgot to play it at the beginning, so I want it in there. I put it in there. All right. All right. Thanks for rocking with me, y'all. If you want to watch us live from the beginning, I think it was a good conversation. Please start at the beginning and please engage. Let me know. All right.